Good morning, students. This is Miss McGow. Today we are going to take a virtual field trip to the Mobile Botanical Gardens, one of my favorite places in Mobile. So sit back and relax. One of my favorite things to do is the Japanese koi pond. Look at all those beautiful fish. Super relaxing, but don't feed them. They're on a special diet. You see also plants native to places like Japan, which is on the complete opposite side of the world, but actually has a very, very similar climate to Mobile. And we share a lot of the same flowers that bloom at the same times of the year. So that's why there's a Japanese garden within our very own botanical gardens. You can also see all those beautiful fish swimming around, and there's a little library there so you can grab a book, relax at the picnic table, and enjoy the peaceful waterfall, one of my favorite spots. Next, they have chickens. They have chickens there that lay eggs that you can buy, but again, they're on a special diet, so you got to make sure to just say hi to them and let them be and let them eat their little special food. We don't want to disturb them, and we don't want them to get a tummy ache. There's about 10 chickens, and they each lay at least one egg a day. That's a lot of eggs. Super yummy fresh eggs. That's at the top of the hill called Magnolia Hill, and these chickens are fat and happy. They have a very good life and are very well cared for. Here is the very front of the gardens, a beautiful lawn. Right when you enter, it's a great place to get some sun or shade and run around with your dog maybe. We really enjoy right when you walk in. Here you'll see the front entrance with lots of beautiful flowers that they change out throughout the year so that it's always blooming. And it's an art to find flowers that are blooming in the winter, spring, summer, or fall. And you'll see as I walk in this video closer to a glass sculpture in a beautiful little lawn area. And then you'll see behind it some benches to sit on so you can relax or maybe even draw one of the flowers. And then I'm approaching the herb garden where you find all these different plants that we've used throughout history, whether it's for medicine, food, or maybe dyeing our clothes. They have samples and examples of all the different plants that humans have used throughout the generations. So plants can be super helpful and sometimes super yummy. And I always enjoy the fountain, and there's a lovely place to sit. They have a maze, the tea maze. So you go through this beautiful door with the stained glass, and you go into a maze. We love playing in this maze with our dog. You never know where the dog's going to be, and you never know where we're going to be. But please make sure to stay out if you are allergic to the bees, because they are all over this tea garden all year round because there's so much blooming. Another favorite spot is kind of new to the gardens. People have weddings here, and they can sit on these beautiful benches, and the bride walks down the aisle. They light it up at night. It's at the top of the hill. It's a beautiful little sanctuary, and it's lovely to go right at the end of the day in the evening, and you see those lights on. It's almost like a fairy garden. We love this new addition to the Mobile Botanical Gardens. Here you see that the gardens actually grow their own plants sometimes, and they sell them in their garden center to make money. The gardens are almost exclusively run by volunteers. Do you remember what a volunteer is? This is my favorite spot, the greenhouse. All year round, they keep it at the same temperature, and they have all these beautiful tropical plants and flowers. You'll also see from the video, at the top, in the very center, there's a beautiful staghorn fern hanging. His name is Max, and he's about 40 years old. This is our favorite spot, with a nice bench where you can enjoy this, whether it's hot or cold, because they keep it at the same temperature. It's called a hothouse or a greenhouse, and I would love to have one of my very own, but all the better. I can go to the Botanical Gardens and enjoy this little bitty paradise. It's up at the top of the hill called Magnolia Hill, and you kind of have to be looking for it. It's a bit of a secret, and I enjoy this secret. You see the bench that I like to sit on with my family? They even have a little trickle of a waterfall in the very center. And throughout the year, you see beautiful tropical flowers blooming. There weren't any blooming when I went, but I'm sure they're ready to bloom for the fall. I hope you enjoyed this virtual tour of the Mobile Botanical Gardens, one of my favorite spots, and please consider visiting with your family. Thank you to the Mobile Botanical Gardens for allowing me to video.